Mongo only pawn in game of life.
Hey there, guys. How you doing? It's me, Mongo. Hopefully, you're having a good day. I just got off work, and I'm dirty, I'm smelly, I'm grimy, all that good stuff. Honestly, all that fun stuff. Um, I felt the need to make a little stream here, just kind of have some fun, chat a little bit about some Godzilla comics. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, Godzilla comics. Let me turn on my Bluetooth. No, I'm not gonna do the Bluetooth. Bluetooth makes me look funny. We're gonna go old school. Old school. Old school still works. That's what I say. There we go. Alrighty. Well, hopefully you guys are doing good. Yeah. Today is Godzilla Day. I put out one or two little videos today. One was a nice little fun video of me singing with my baby boy Godzilla, but another was just talking about a few movies that I would recommend. So let me. I mean, it looks like it's working. I'm just using Logic Capture, and apparently that's an option here on StreamYard. So hopefully it actually looks decent. Yeah. Anyhow, I just want to talk real brief about some Godzilla comics that I own. Now, there's a whole wealth of comics out there, and me personally, I got into the whole comics thing very late, very late. But there have been some comics that I've had a really fun time getting. So, in the thumbnail, you may have noticed these two comic books. You have Godzilla Awakening and Godzilla Aftershock. This is the variant cover for Godzilla Aftershock. I'm not sure. I don't think they had a variant cover for Godzilla Awakening, but these are both hardback or hardcover books. And they're based off the MonsterVerse continuity of Godzilla. But I love how these two look together. Kind of makes me wish that they made the Aftershock book the same size as the Awakening. But either way, these are both some nice books. Godzilla Awakening, it's basically a prequel to the 2014 movie. Kind of gives you an idea of Godzilla's origins, so to speak. Let me just. The art is nice in this. I'm not going to do any real spoilers, but I do really like the art here. Who illustrates this? Let me see. Who is the illustrator? Okay, so the writers were Max and Greg Borenstein. Pencilers were Eric Battle, Yvel Gouchette, Alan Qua. Colorist was Lee Luffridge. Letterer Patrick Brousseau. Okay, Nicholas Cienti, press and production. John J. Hill, designer, cover artist, is Arthur Adams. Arthur Adams, I think he did a really bang up job on that cover. I think that looks beautiful. That looks great. But yeah, so that quick designer, cover artist, Arthur Adams. It doesn't really. It's not saying like the actual. Whatever. Okay. But it's nice. Let me open up a page and just show you at least one page here. In this book, we get a monster fight. Godzilla fights against a monster. Here is a nice little panel here. You're showing Godzilla beneath the Earth's crust, just chilling out. Here's a nice book. Then you have Godzilla Aftershock. This is the variant cover. I like this more than the standard release. I just got it on Amazon, which I'll say is a nice thing that you can get this kind of stuff off Amazon. But yeah, let me take a moment here to adjust my camera. Let's see, larger capture. Let's just go with regular stream. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, just a second. Un momento. There we go. There we go. I'm just gonna keep it regular. I don't want to try and do any voodoo. I don't want to screw things up with the logic capture just because I don't quite understand it. But this is Godzilla Aftershock. I think the art is not as nice in this one. You have a lot of characters from the movie Godzilla King of the Monsters who are portrayed in this book, and some of it looks a little silly. Let me pull up a page here. At least it looked silly to me when I initially looked at it. Overall, it's a nice little story that you can kind of look at or read through in between movies. Okay. some of the faces here are a little silly looking. I'm going to show this. Hopefully, this actually appears on the camera. It doesn't look like it has like a big layer of Vaseline over it, but I just think that the art is not quite as nice for the human characters, at least in some frames, some panels here. But Godzilla still looks nice. Let me see if they list who did the art here. Oh, okay, I don't know. But anyhow, it's Godzilla Aftershock. It's nice. It's another nice book. Honestly, I love the cover, the variant cover. I would love that on a little poster, or even just an 8x5 or an 8x10. I think an 8x10 image of that would be very nice. Okay. Enough of my singing. Anyhow, I still have a fat stack. Oh, still got a fat stack of comics here. But before I get into the bulk of these, because the bulk of these comics are from IDW. Before I get into those, I'm just going to go through the trade paperback of, or talk a little bit about the trade paperback of Marvel Comics' run of Godzilla King of the Monsters. Honestly, it's pretty nice. There's a lot of fun and wacky stuff that goes on. Now, this is the trade paperback. So all of the art in the panels here are not colored. They're in newspaper black and white, which is honestly unfortunate. It's kind of a bummer. But I will say that there's still merit to this. If you can't get them any other way, then totally get this. I think maybe someday I will try and look up get the individual comic issues of this run, but you get some really fun moments here. You have Godzilla fighting against the Fantastic Four. You have him fighting against Thor and Hercules, Marvel Hercules. There's a lot of fun stuff here. He gets shrunken down. He goes back in time. It's a wacky adventure. You totally ought to check out Monster Island Buddies. That's another YouTube channel out there. It's pretty funny, but he also talks about various comics. And overall, it's still nice. The illustrations are still nice here. The only drawback is it doesn't have any colors, because this is, like I was saying before, it's just the trade, the paperback, the trade paperback of it. If I'm using the wrong term, forgive me, but anyhow, hopefully you guys are doing good. So now we're going to talk about, I'm just going to go through some of the IDW comics here. So I'm going to save the best, or I'm going to save my favorites for last. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Okay. So I'm going to talk about Godzilla, history's greatest monster. This is a huge comic series. Like, this must have been many, many comic books. But illustrations, not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad on the illustrations. It's not terrible. Not terrible, I'd say. You get used to it pretty quick. The cover art for this volume is gorgeous. This is a 13-issue comic run of this. And I will say, IDW has made a lot of Godzilla comics. So many Godzilla comics. It's, you can make a really good collection really quickly of Godzilla comics if you just go on Amazon and look at IDW's comics that have Godzilla in them. It's really easy, and most of the time it's pretty easy to acquire. Essentially, it's your basic monster story. You have various factions, various groups that are trying to use these monsters. Some of them are trying to destroy the monsters. Others are trying to control the monsters. So it's your typical story. There's some nice illustrations in here. Here is a piece of art done by Matt Frank. Matt Frank, he has done some extensive work in one of the comic series here from IDW. Oh, I love that art. It's really nice. I like it a lot. Oh gosh, it's a big weight off my table right there. Next we got Godzilla Race Against Time. This is basically an anthology series. It's a series of stories throughout various points in time, ranging from prehistoric era to samurai, the Mongol invasion of the samurai homelands, Japan. Goes here and there. There's a lot of different. It's probably, let me see. There's like 6. I think it's a 6-issue run of this, because you have you start out with Godzilla and him getting involved with the invasion of Japan. You have Zeus, the Greeks. You have Mothra fighting Megaguirus. After that, you got Hannibal. Okay. It's like 4. And then you have prehistoric era. But this is another, since it's an anthology series, there's a lot of different art styles in this. And honestly, I'd say each art or illustration that's found in this book is nice. It's solid, you know. The difference isn't too jarring. It's kind of nice because it kind of helps to illustrate that kind of feeling that oh, Godzilla is something that he's played a part in each time period. He's been a part of every of human history and all that kind of stuff. Um, it's interesting. It's very interesting. This I'm going to say that this is more leaning towards some of the canon of the MonsterVerse, and that Godzilla is this ancient super predator that is a thing throughout time and history, rather than the original continuity of the Showa era, where or a lot of the Godzilla series, specifically 1954 Godzilla, where he was a creation of this and that and all these other things. But this is nice, very nice. I'd totally recommend picking this up because you can get this for pretty decent prices. It's made by IDW, so I think it's going to keep being pretty easy to obtain. Let's see. Next, we got Godzilla: The Half Century War. Now, this is a bit of a thicker book. This had a lot more issues in it. Essentially, it's a revenge story. You know, you have this soldier here, and he decides to take out a vendetta against Godzilla. And it's not easy for him. But there's a lot of great art in here too. Let me look up. Let's see. The story and art is done by James Stocco. Really nice art. Just looking at the cover there, that is beautiful. Let me try and find a nice little comic panel to show you guys. All right, this is gorgeous. I love this panel. Nice wide spread here. Look at that. There we go. You got Kumanga, Megalon, you got Mothra, you got Rodan. You got so many monsters here. They're fighting. It's great stuff. There's a lot of monster action in here. And this is another book that I'd totally recommend anybody getting. If you can get the collection here, like this, it's a total win. It is a great acquisition. Let's see. I'm going to go to this one here, Godzilla Oblivion. The art is noticeably different here. This is done, of course, by a different artist. But it's an interesting story. Let's see. Do they got the art? Who does the art? So the art is done by Brian Churilla. Basically, people in the future, they want to get rid of Godzilla, so they go back in time to a different dimension and try and do that. And hijinks ensues. It's pretty interesting. There's a lot of stuff that there's a lot of stuff in here that will tickle your fancy, so to speak. If you like giant monsters, of course, you're going to get this. You're going to get some good fights here and there. Let me just open up a panel here to show you guys just a little bit of the art. Okay, so I think this is a pretty decent example of how the art is like. You have all those Mecha Godzillas. You have all that. Obviously, if you compare these to some other things like James Stocco's stuff and Matt Frank's stuff, it's a little different. It's a little more minimalist, I think. I don't know if that's a right term, but it's not a bad story. And it's a nice looking cover here. I like the how your eye kind of goes upwards or it goes downwards. You see Godzilla here, you have Mothra, baby Mothra, then you have Rodan out in the background. I think it's a nice looking cover. There's some good monster action, of course. Humans are kind of meh, but that's kind of how it is. So here's another comic. Here's another comic. I'm just going to briefly show it with this other one because we have a returning artist here. This is Godzilla in Hell. This is kind of another interesting story. Very interesting stuff. But there are quite a few different artists throughout this book. So there are some similarities with this one and Godzilla Rage Across Time, in that there's a lot of different art styles here and there. Sometimes it's a little jarring, but other times it's really nice. Excuse me. As you can see, James Stacco, he does the cover here. And this is why I love these two books, because I think these look really nice together. You have Godzilla in Hell, Godzilla the Half Century War. I think the covers really look nice. A nice little contrast there. It looks lovely. So basically, Godzilla goes to hell. And he does what he does best. He fights monsters, and it gets kind of weird here and there. you you get some humorous little scenes. Here's Godzilla first entering hell, and you get this giant monolith saying, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here." And Godzilla's like, "Well, I'm gonna blow that up." It's pretty funny. I'm not gonna spoil anything else for you here, but I think this is an interesting comic for any collection. And I think something nice about this is there's not too much actual words, of course, because there are no human characters who have lines in this book. And what few stuff we do get is more of a narration, so to speak. But here's another panel of art. Different artists here. There's a lot of good stuff here. I'm going to keep this brief because I got class in maybe an hour and a half or so. So I'm going to talk about the last Godzilla comic that I own. And it's a doozy. We got, this is volume 1 and 2 of Godzilla Rulers of Earth. These are big, thick books, like monstrously thick. Yeah. Volume 1, Volume 2. It's a lot of good stuff. I love the illustrations here. Honestly, I got both of these off of Amazon. That might be the easiest way to get these. I couldn't really tell you what the prices are because I haven't really looked recently on the prices for these things, but there's a lot of good stuff. It kind of reminds me of Destroy All Monsters or Godzilla Final Wars. There is a lot of great stuff in this book. I mean, in the first issue of this comic run, you get Godzilla. Let me see. And he fights against, let's see. No, issue 2. Issue 2 of this comic series. You get Godzilla fighting against Zilla. Look at that. They look great. The art by Matt Frank is amazing. It really does help to emote and evoke the action and drama of these fights. It's great. You get different aliens. You have fish people. You have squid people. You get great stuff. Of course, you also got your monsters. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. And the same goes with Volume 2. And pretty much these are kind of my favorite ones to read through. And I think this is probably some of the best stuff that IDW has put out that is Godzilla related. There are some other comics here and there that I have not bought. There's Godzilla's Gangsters and Goliaths. There's Godzilla Legends. Oh man, there's probably like 3 or 4 other ones that I have not purchased yet. Mostly because I'm like, it's okay. It's like, but who's to know? Who's to say that someday maybe I'll get interested enough to purchase those. In the meantime, I did read Godzilla Legends on Kindle. It wasn't bad. Godzilla Cataclysm. I forget the name, but there's a lot of good stuff out there. There's a lot of good stuff. Let me turn off the camera. And there's a lot of good stuff. You could also say that there's
That's a lot of fish.
a lot of fish. Now, folks, I'm gonna just open up a new tab, and you're gonna hear my typing. You're gonna hear some ASMR, so to speak. Let me see, Godzilla IDW. Oh, there's also all the Dark Horse. There's a few Dark Horse comic runs of Godzilla. I really got to try and find some of those online if I can. Okay, I got a list here of this different comic series from IDW Publishing. So you got Godzilla Kingdom of Monsters. Okay, I haven't read that one. Godzilla Kingdom of Monsters, Godzilla Gangsters and Goliaths. Haven't read that one either. Godzilla Legends, I've read that. Godzilla Ongoing, I haven't read that one either. Half Century War, that's a nice one. Rulers of Earth, I already talked about that. 25 issues for Rulers of Earth. Godzilla Cataclysm, I read that one on Kindle. That was a pretty nice story too. Godzilla in Hell, it's good. Godzilla Oblivion, it's nice. Rage Across Time, that's also good. There's a lot of great stuff here. So let me just take a look at the Dark Horse comics. Dark Horse has had at least 4 or 5 different runs of Godzilla, which really makes me want to check it out. Oh, what do you know? I'm looking at this list, and they also have a series of one-shots. They also did a King Kong, the Eighth Wonder of the World. I bought that book probably like a month or 2 ago at my local comic store. That's a pretty nice book, but anyhow. This isn't King Kong Day, so don't go talking about King Kong. Yeah. Let's see. Something that I've read and looked at is some appearances of Godzilla in the Marvel Comics. Obviously, there was the 24-issue run of Godzilla King of the Monsters, but you also had post-license appearances in various Iron Man comics, a few things here and there as well. But yeah, basically, that's kind of all I got to say about all these things. Happy day to you. Happy dinosaur. Chomp, chomp. Happy Godzilla Day. But yeah, I just been shooting the breeze, so to speak. Just been talking about just some of the various comics, Godzilla comics that I own. There's still quite a few that I keep my eye open for just in case I see them. But yeah, big day. Oh, look at that. That's good. That's pretty nice. Fandom Collective tweeted out my little stream, chatting a bit about some Godzilla comics on Godzilla Day. All right. Oh boy, let's see. I'm back from my comic shop. They had 3/4 manga I wanted. I may not get an Uzaki-chan trade paperback, but at least I got Ghost in the Shell and can get JoJo and One Punch Man. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to have a drink of water. That's cool. I actually have never bought. I've never bought manga. I've looked at manga. I've looked at some of the Dragon Ball manga at Barnes and Noble. It's pretty interesting. Hey, thanks, Abby. That's real nice of you. Mm. How you doing today, Happy? I just got off work probably about a half hour ago. And I was thinking, well, I already put out a few videos today talking about Godzilla, so might as well just do a little fun little stream here. But yeah, hopefully everything is going good for you. Mm-hmm. Let me just open up a tab here and type into Amazon. Let's see, Godzilla Comics. That's pretty much where I got most of my Godzilla comics from. Although I have gotten a few here and there from local comic store. Yeah, it's not a bad selection here. It's a pretty decent amount of stuff. And, at least it makes it easy to find the comics or to start a collection at least. So this is on Amazon. Well, you don't need to see my address, but here's Amazon, and basically you can get pretty decent amount of stuff. Look at that! You can get Godzilla Rulers of Earth Volume 1 on for a discount. $20. That's pretty nice. Free 1-day delivery if you got that Amazon Prime. There's a lot of good stuff here. A lot of good stuff. Glad to have you back. You got Godzilla Kingdom of Monsters. Let me just open that tab up. Take a look at that. There's a lot of stuff, and Amazon can be a good resource if you're interested in picking up the IDW comic runs of these Godzilla comics. You got Volume 1 of Rulers of Earth, another really nice comic series. Godzilla Awakening, that's pretty nice. This is the paperback. Let's see, Kingdom of Monsters again. You get the Half Century War retail variant cover. Oh, well, that's sass. That's expensive right there. But anyhow, there's a lot of cool stuff that you can find just through browsing about and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I love this. I love this variant cover for Godzilla Aftershock. Let me just scroll down here, stop sharing that one, and then share this other screen here. This looks great. I really do like this variant cover. Okay, let me stop sharing this tab and let me share the variant cover picture. So there we go. Looking a little fuzzy looking, but that's not too bad. It's not too bad. I love just the colors. You have the red destruction behind him, and you have the blue of his atomic breath. I think that looks beautiful. I would love an 8x10 picture of that, or a better yet, a poster of that. I am part of the Godzilla franchise, but it's also why I wear the raptor costume. I'll give you a hint on what I look like behind the costume. Warning, I look very fishy. See the cover perfectly fine. Very good. Very good. It's very weird. On my screen, it's looking a little meh, but anyhow. That is fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, totally. Let me know. I would love to see what lies beneath the raptor costume. I might regret that, but oh man, that's nice. You ever talk so much your throat starts to get a little sore? I was talking so much. I was talking like a lot about for the last like maybe 30 minutes or so. And I was like, oh. Actually, it was fun talk, of course, but anyhow. Oh, and then on Amazon, you can find some books like 500 Godzilla Facts for $7. Like, that's all right. But you can also find this. This was pretty nice. You have the Life magazine of Godzilla. Let me scroll down here. And you can tell I liked it so much, I purchased it. But here we go. The Life Special Edition of single issue magazine of Godzilla, the King of the Monsters. This was really nice. I really enjoyed just going through this. There's a lot of nice pictures here and there. It's great. There's a lot of really neat stuff all throughout this magazine. There's some info that I think is a little iffy here or there. Yep, I rarely shut up, IRL. Nah, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, this is a totally nice collection here. Look at these. You have these various posters from different Godzilla movies. It's really nice. It's a really nice addition to any collection, and it's cheap. $14 for that. I'd say it's a total win. I got that somewhere in my collection. Also got I got this for a birthday. Godzilla Frequently Asked Questions. It's not bad. It's not a bad book, but it's just a basic paperback. A lot of pages, surprisingly, but no, there's a lot of different things that you can find on online, and even just on Amazon alone, you can find a pretty nice selection of things to create a Godzilla collection out of. Oh yeah, no, there we go. That's better. Honestly, it's not bad. You know, it's got a lot of nice pictures from some of the movies and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, basically, yeah, 500 Godzilla facts seem useless when there's over 100 YouTube channels that give facts on Godzilla. Yeah, I know, right? Like, basically, I'd rather just go on to Wikizilla, you know, the Godzilla Wikipedia, and just, you know, take a deep dive through there, because they really take that Wikipedia really seriously. It even has a YouTube channel, Godzilla Wiki or Wikizilla, I think, on YouTube. But anyhow, yeah, yeah. I'm starting up the cam again. I had it on earlier when I was just showing all the different Godzilla comics. But yeah, I just want to wish you all a very happy Godzilla Day. Happy Dinosaur. I hope you have a good rest of your day, man. I hope those comics are really good. Maybe one day, maybe someday I'll get into that manga stuff. But yeah, uh, I might end up streaming again later today. But who knows? Who knows? Still, so many different things I could do. I could try and read some more of that King Kong versus Tarzan, but maybe a different day, not on Godzilla Day. But anyhow, happy. I will see you later. Oh, your first time reading manga. Ooh. So let me ask you. So for that manga, when I was looking through some manga of Dragon Ball Z, it was the way that it was oriented, like the cut, like the pages. It was like backwards, like instead of like opening up the book at this page, the front cover, you open it up at like the back cover, and then you read from right to left. Is that how it is with those ones that you got? Let me know if you know. But anyhow, Let's see. Happy Godzilla Day to all, and to all a good night. But anyhow, I'm going to wrap this up. And in the meantime, before I wrap this up, this is the only Godzilla clip that I have because I get, Toho they get really antsy about Godzilla footage. And this clip doesn't even have Godzilla. And, well, some would contend that this is unworthy of the name Godzilla. Godzilla in name only. But anyhow, let me play this little clip.
That's a lot of fish.
That's a lot of fish. All right, sweet. I'm going to keep my eyes open for that. Happy. And yeah, had a nice little time talking about all these Godzilla things, Godzilla books. Let me get them all here. Let me make a nice pile. Oh, look at that. Oh, gosh, it's weighty, hefty. It's a nice, hefty pile of Godzilla comics. And there's still so much more in the world. And yeah, basically, I'll see you guys later. And this has destroyed the little hamper that I had it on. But anyhow, I'm Mongo, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
That's a lot of fish.